This podcast is being recorded and produced on Gadigal land.
We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past present.
We extend our respect to any First Nations, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
I just want to say, I'm Shitney Saunders.
Let's just keep that in. And I'm all right, A. And we've had too much pre-workout and Pink V today, so welcome to our close friends list. Because, you know, you don't put the juiciest goss on your main story, you keep it for your close friends.
Exactly right, and you're right here on our close friends. So
What have you got for close friends today, Brittney?
Well,
Shitney?
well, what did you call yourself? Ho right.
Well, I was like putting the H at the A and then
So
the
you're
A at the E.
Ho right A.
All right.
Ho
All
right.
All right, hey.
Ho
All right,
right A.
Yeah.
And Shitney Saunders. Well, I had a random thought pop into my head the other day.
Mm-hmm,
And I wanted to keep it for this podcast in particular. I feel like it didn't belong on our main one. School songs.
Yeah.
Did you have a school song?
Yeah.
Did you have a school song in primary and high school?
If I had one in high school, I wouldn't be able to remember it, but I remember my primary school one.
I'm exactly the same. And then it's got me thinking, like, I don't know if my high school had a high school song.
No, I don't think we did, because once you're in high school, like, why are you singing? You know what I mean? Like, why are we singing?
What primary school did you go to, Matt?
I went to Killarney Vale Public School.
Do you remember the song?
Yes, I do.
Can you sing it for us today?
Really? Yeah. Okay,
I thought we could do a bit of a sing-along.
Ours is really easy.
Okay.
Because it was set to the tune of It's a Small World.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
So it's not even its own tune.
Yeah, so it was to It's a Small World, like It's a Small World.
Yeah, go on.
So our school song would be It's my school, Killarney Vale. It's our school, Killarney Vale. It's a great school, Killarney Vale. Forward to a better world.
Is that
was
it?
the school motto. Forward to a better world.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it.
That's a short and easy one.
It's my school. It's our school. It's a great school.
Is
Killarney Vale.
that the saying?
No, that's what it said. It's my school. And then it said, it's our school. It's a
Oh.
great school. And you had hand actions as well. So when you did, it's a great school, you had to really put some emphasis in it and like swing your arm. Like, you know how the old, I don't know what that
It looks
is.
like a pirate move.
Yeah. Like, it's like a pirate.
Yarr.
Like, oh, yeah. But it's a great school. And then forward to a better world is, I guess, still the school motto.
I wonder if that's the song today. You know?
Probably.
You reckon? You reckon they don't change school songs?
Probably not, because like, how hard would it be for like, because someone's going to have to learn a new one. Like, if you're in year 3 and they change
How
the
annoying.
song, that's annoying. Also, you know what? One of my most vivid memories of Killarney Vale Public School was,
What?
you know, the school signs they have out the front with the little letters that they swap out and put a little message up. You know, that was done by me.
Oh, slay.
Like that's done by students. I don't know if at every school, but at Killarney Vale, they were like, here you go, here's the bucket of letters, go up, there's the principal would write down the motto or like whatever they wanted to put on, and then it was mine and like someone else's job to go out there with a ladder.
Fuck, OH&S.
Right, and get up there and take all the letters out and replace them with the new letters on the main road. On the Central Coast, like anything could have happened. And we used to sneak across to Pinky's across the road and get a couple ghost drops.
Nice.
And then we'd eat ghost drops and change the school sign. But anyway.
I used to love ghost drops.
What was your, and then 5 cents, babe.
Fucking
5
oath.
cents. Like, you can't get anything for 5 cents these days. What was your school song?
So I went to Jesmond Primary School
Soleil.
in Newcastle, which is a tiny, tiny school that most people in Newcastle don't actually know where it is because it's like hidden in the back streets. It was actually a really good little school, and because it was right near Newcastle Uni, so there's like a lot of international families that lived in that area. So it was just a great mix of students. I think I remember the song, but it was kind of tricky. Okay. It wasn't to the tune of anything. We sing our song of Jesmond, the greatest school of all. We sing its praise as loud and clear. With pride we all stand tall, with honor and service to each other in everything we do. The far away we all may come to, Jesmond will be true. Jesmond, oh Jesmond, the greatest school of all. Jesmond, oh Jesmond, the mighty black and gold.
No.
Yeah.
But that is set to a tune of something.
Is
You said, but I can't work it out. Don't tell me, Hannah. I'm gonna figure this out.
What song is that?
Sing the first 2 lines again.
We sing our song of Jesmond, the greatest school of all. We sing its praise as loud and clear.
No, that's not the way she sung it the first time. The first time was giving Advance Australia Fair or
with
something.
With honour and service to each other.
Wait, that's it.
In everything we do.
Go back one line. Go back one.
With honour and service to each other in everything we do. I could be fucking up these words, by the way. It's been a long time.
S&M by Rihanna.
Fuck off!
No, I have no idea, but that tune is so familiar. Scrollers, if you know that tune. Do you know the tune, Hannah?
The first line was all things great and beautiful.
Yeah.
Creatures bright and small.
Oh, like RSPCA ad.
I swear to God.
What? I didn't know it was to a tune, but it was something like that. It was really intense. I probably got all those words wrong, but something along those lines. Anyway,
That's
shout
gonna
out to
bug me.
Jezzo Primary.
I think you're on the right track with the RSPCA ad, but that tune, when you were singing, I was like, this is so familiar. I know it. Someone DM me, please. Send us an email in the show notes.
Jesmond's song. It was a very small school. In fact, when I was in year 6, it was year 4, 5 and 6 together in one class.
Oh, wow.
Like 3 years in one class.
Was it demountable vibes?
Yeah, we had heaps of those.
Stunning.
Jammed my finger real bad in a demountable door one day.
Oh.
And lucky, Mum was working in the canteen that day. So, like, you know, a demountable you walk up in and then there's another door that you go through.
No, because I went to a primary school that didn't have demountables, but yeah.
Well, you walk up the steps through the first door and there's like the bag room and then you go through another door to get into the thing. One day I was standing with my fingers, like the door was open. I was standing with my fingers in like the hinge of the door and someone from the other side of the door who couldn't see me slammed the door fully fucking shut. And then I remember just being like, I would have been in year 1. And I screamed because my fingers were shut and the door was fucking shut. Opened it. My fingers were bent as fuck. And then I remember just being like...
Was it blood blister vibes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like my fingers were... under my nails were all black. And I remember I ran out the class, in the middle of class, across the field to Shaz in the fucking canteen. Be like, Mommy! I'll never forget that.
Blood blister vibes.
Yeah.
I hate a blood blister.
Me too. Did you used to have... I remember it was such a stitch up. I don't know if it was just my school that did it or maybe it was all primary schools. But when it was Jeans for Jeans Day and we were allowed to wear jeans that day and bring a gold coin donation, we would also get needles that day.
Oh. What?
Yeah.
No. As what? The jeans are to distract you from the needles.
Like, it was always needle day on Jeans for Jeans Day. And I'm scarred because I fucking hate getting needles. And I was that kid that tried to get out of it in every way possible, and I just remember that.
I don't mind a needle. Sorry, that sounded bad. I mean, I don't really care. I just need to look away.
Yeah,
I don't mind a needle, as in like the needle, like a vaccine going into me. Don't mind that, but blood coming out of me, I need to stare at the wall and think about nothing and look away and.
What, when you get blood taken?
When I get blood taken out of me,
yeah,
I go, I can't look at you, I can't talk to you, don't ask me questions. I need to stare at the wall and look at the paint flecks and just imagine nothing while you do this. But like getting a vaccine is easy, you know what I mean? But you know what? When we had COVID and we had to go get our AstraZenecas,
oh my God, I haven't heard that word for fucking ages. I got the other one. What was it?
Pfizer?
Yeah, maybe that was
me.
me.
There's another one as well. I forget.
And everyone was saying like Astro Jennifer. Fuck, that feels like a dream.
Yeah. So I got the AstraZeneca, and then you could like look up your immunization history.
Yeah.
So I remember obviously my parents would have given me all the shots, all the needles. Like my mum was all about it. So I remember being really young and going and getting all the needles. And then I remember also in high school, however many times we had needle day in high school and we get all our vaccines then, right? So I remember all of that. So then you can download your immunization history from this government website that's linked to your like MyGov.
Yeah.
And I did that in the pandemic to like, because you had to download that to prove that you'd had certain COVID vaccines. None of my vaccines are there. None that I've ever had in my life. I look like the biggest unvaccinated person in the world because no vaccines I've ever had were on that immunization report. And I was like freaking out because I was like, I remember doing this, but apparently then you got to link it to Medicare or something.
What a weird fucking time. I remember in all that COVID times, like we had to, at our retail store in Newcastle, because we only had the one store at that time.
Uh-huh.
And I remember how we weren't allowed to go shopping and then you finally were allowed to. But we had to fucking like meet people at the door, have masks on. We had to check their fucking COVID thing. And we felt like assholes. And then people would get mad at us, like our customers, if like they didn't have the record of it or whatever. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, but we're just doing what the fucking government's told us to do. What a time.
Yeah. There's a big discourse online at the moment about like customer service and how it's like gone downhill, but then all the people who work in customer service are like, well, it's because we get treated like shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, actually, people in customer service has always been treated like shit because like even when I was working customer service roles 15 years ago, I was being treated like shit, baby. Like that's just like how it is. And I hate that. I hate that. I hate that people go through McDonald's and think of like the McDonald's workers as like lesser.
I know.
You wouldn't treat anyone, the people who come through and yell at like McDonald's workers, first of all, most of the time they're 14 fucking years old and you're 45, grow up. But like most of the time, the people who come through and yell at like a 12-year-old for getting their order wrong, I'm going, would you do this like anywhere else? Or is it just because like you can
it's like
and you just want the rise, right?
And they just see them as fast food workers.
I made a TikTok the other day because this girl made a TikTok about the McDonald's worker, which I didn't even watch her whole thing, but she started the video with, why has customer service gone downhill or something like that? And I just stitched that part and then added my own little take on it because I went to Coles that day to do my groceries and there was a lady there at the checkout with like no one there. So I just like walked straight up and like smiled, but she wasn't looking at me. And I was like, I'll just keep putting my groceries up. And then she didn't say anything. And I was like, okay. So I kept putting my groceries up and she hadn't even started scanning my items. And I was like, this is so weird. And I kept putting my groceries up. And then I went, okay, well, obviously if she's not going to say it, I better say it. So I was like, hi, how are you? Like suddenly it's the customer's job to be like, start the conversation.
Yeah.
And then I said this in the TikTok. I was like, so like, this is what happened. Like she didn't say anything. So then I said, hi, how are you? And she was like, hi, good, how are you? And just didn't want to interact, which I was like, cool, no worries. Like that was the end of that. She scanned my groceries, I paid for it and I left and everything was all good. But I have noticed in the last, not even just since the pandemic, it was definitely before that I find myself as the customer saying, hi, how are you? More than...
It's like everyone's just over it.
Right?
And the thing is, like, as well, I guess, like, people love to complain that they're not getting amazing service. But, like, who is going to Coles or Woolies or Aldi for the service?
No one's going for the service, but I don't know, call me a Karen, but I expect the hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Especially because I worked in all those roles for so many years. If I didn't say hi, how are you to a customer... That's a written warning as far as anyone's concerned at some of the jobs I've been at. You know what I mean?
Have you ever gotten a written warning?
Oh, plenty of times, still. But for me, like, I've always been like, this isn't my fault. Like, say I get a written warning for not saying, hi, how are you? Oh, sorry, it's because I had my hands full with something else. And also there were 3 other workers there who could have said hello for me, but like, I'm busy. Like, I was not someone who ever just stood around and did nothing. I was always like, what can I do? Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's very interesting. The world is definitely different in so many ways.
Anyway, the comments were filled with people being like, well, it's because, you know, she probably just got yelled at or she's probably having a bad day or she blah, blah. And like half of me goes, I had bad days every day I worked my jobs, but you're doing a job. You still got to do your job. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the other half of me goes, yeah, look, I get it. She's probably has been yelled at by someone, but like also... sorry, but suck it up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had to suck it up every day that I worked at a job that I didn't like or got yelled at. Or like, hello, I had food thrown at my face at McDonald's and I still said, hi, how are you? To the next customer with a big smile on my face. I know everyone's not built like that, but I just thought I'd comment on that. And the internet is not happy, even though, sorry, I'm talking a lot. But even though I never actually said it was good or bad or anything, I just kind of told the story of what happened. Like, people were really... had some opinions on like what I was saying, even though I hadn't really said anything at all.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting to read all the comments. So go to my TikTok and read all the comments if I haven't turned them off by now, because they are getting vile.
Well,
But anyway.
that reminds me, speaking of service,
Uh-huh.
to add to that, one thing that I do notice now is when you do get good service and how rare that does feel.
Uh-huh.
Like, for example, George at the 7-Eleven that I keep talking about.
Yes.
Like, he stood out to me because it's like, oh my God, like, when is anyone ever that nice at a servo?
But to be fair, he's gone above and beyond. Like good service would be much less than what George is doing, is what I'm saying. Like
George is just out here doing God's work.
George is just being amazing.
He's
but
just
like,
a lovely man. On last week's Close Friends episode, we were speaking about cash and paying for things with cash. And then I told you how I went to a chemist and the person working there asked me, would I like cash out? And then I said, what the fuck? I haven't heard that for a very long time. Thought that was weird. Put it on my story. Then everyone was replying to me saying they'd been to the same place recently and had been asked the same question about cash. So what the fuck is going on here? Well, someone who works at that place has sneakily sent me a message, and I'll keep it anonymous because I don't want this person to lose their job. But they have said that they were listening to that episode about being asked for cash out. And apparently, at the moment, this particular chemist, they have a mystery shopper from head office coming into our store to see how well our customer service is. So staff are made to follow a script, and a part of the script is, would you like any cash out? This only started at the start of March. We don't normally say it. I don't know if you wanted to know that, but I thought I would tell you anyway. Not sure if head office would like if I was telling this to the public, but this can be anonymous. So if you go to a chemist
and they ask if you want cash out, it's because they're
on fucking edge because they know the mystery shoppers are out there, which I find very interesting because as a business myself, we've done mystery shopping before with our staff. We don't fucking tell them when they're coming.
No.
They don't know.
Yeah.
We just send someone in on any random bloody Tuesday. They don't need to have a script to make sure they're definitely doing. We just send them in at random.
I think like the benefit is though, if you send in a mystery shopper and they don't know, then there's a chance that the mystery shopper will have a bad experience.
Yes.
But if you say a mystery shopper is coming this week,
it's very
then
true.
400 customers are going to have a good experience because they're on.
See, but we would
task.
only hope that with our training,
exactly,
that our staff would be giving that great service all the time.
Mm.
But in saying that, we haven't done mystery shoppers for a really long time. We've done it when we had our one store. We now have 4. So I need to do it again. But maybe it will be more planned out. And mystery shoppers are shopping in store this week.
Yeah.
We'll send some of the Nova people into the Sydney one.
I'll go in. Oh, that's not really a mystery, is it? I'll wear a wig if you want.
Go in disguise.
I remember
You're undercover boss.
Yes. When I worked at McDonald's, I remember figuring out who the mystery shopper was really easy. They used to do mystery shoppers and like they'd put ads out for mystery shoppers, but now I think they do it all internally and it's just like
people from head office. Yeah,
that just come through. But I remember it was so obvious because they would have to get certain things and they would have to say certain things. So they'd say like, can I just have a sausage and egg muffin? And then you would have to say, would you like that in a large meal? Right. And then they would always have to say yes to any upsell that you did. So like if they said yes to that, and then you could say, and you know, was it a large cappuccino for the drink or whatever? Yes. And would you like an apple pie today for $1? Yes. Like, and then they'd look at your name badge and then they'd usually get their phone straight out to like take notes. And so you could tell when there was a mystery shopper. And I remember one time I figured out that she was a mystery shopper and I was like, oh my God, this girl is a mystery shopper. Like, I want to get like 100% for this. So we're going to do really well. So instead of, this is before like table service and things like that. I remember McDonald's did their table service.
Oh my God,
bit.
yes. What a throwback.
It's like, take a seat and we'll bring it out.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah. And the create your taste, the big burgers on the trays.
Yeah.
On the
and the
boards.
basket with like the fries in it.
Yeah. Which to be fair, they were delicious, but
I never tried it.
Not worth $25. But I think like, I noticed she was a mystery shopper, so I gave her this premium experience. And I was like, go take a seat and we'll bring it out for you when it's ready. And then I went over to my manager and I was like, this lady is a secret shopper. Trust me, 100%. I know she did all the things. She's a secret shopper. Like, make sure you get everything right. Everything's piping hot. Like, make sure it's amazing. Went over and told the girl in the cafe to like make sure her coffee was perfect. And then my manager took out the wrong meal to her and sat it down on her table. And I noticed while serving another customer. And now I'm having a panic attack because I'm like, oh no. So I'm like, sorry, won't be a second to the customer I'm with. And I run out and I'm like, sorry, she's giving you the wrong one. Here you go. And swap over the things.
Yeah.
And then came back, continued serving the customer. Wouldn't the gag be if the customer I was serving was actually the mystery shopper? That's not how this ends. Anyway, the mystery shopper failed us because even though I did everything right, she got given the wrong meal.
Oh.
So she failed us and we had this big
What a
ordeal.
stitch up.
So they blamed me because my name was on the thing. And the manager who I had told had blamed it on me and thrown me under the bus as well. She was like, oh, bloody Matthew. Like, he did that. He took that order out.
Why are McDonald's managers notoriously mean?
Right?
Why?
So we'll get to this.
Okay.
So then because we failed, it was a huge head office thing. All the head office comes in, sits me down in the dining room. It's like, just letting you know, like ready with the white slip, ready to get me in trouble. And I had a manager there who I really liked, and she was always on my team. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she explained the situation, and I said to her, babe, that is not what happened. I said, let's go to the office right now and pull up the footage, right?
Yeah.
And I like started reciting what was happening before it was shown on the camera. And I was like, you'll see me here, turn around and tell her, the manager, that it is a secret shopper. And I go over and whisper in her ear. And then I'm like, here you'll see she takes out the wrong order. She puts it on the table. And here you'll see that I go over and correct it. Like, I've done everything right. And they were just like, oh, wow, like, why would the manager lie? And I remember arcing up and being like, why would the manager lie? Because that's the workplace that you've made here, because you're threatening me in the dining room over a sausage and egg muffin. And I like arced up and was like,
go mad.
No wonder she lies, because she'd be getting this treatment if it wasn't blah, 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 blah. I was like, I don't blame her. And then I was really pissed off. And I remember just not even... I remember I was a smoker at the time, so I just didn't. I threw my apron off, went outside and had a smoke in the car park. And was like, and I was like, right, back in, wash my hands, get it back on the coffee machine. Anyway,
what ended up happening?
Nothing. And that's the thing, because like
they can't
I
do
had
shit.
proved, and then I don't know what happened with the manager, but we never liked each other again because I was like, how dare you throw me under the bus? But I said all of that to say, this is probably why that girl didn't say hello to me at the checkout.
Because of shit like this.
Because of shit like that. Because then, even though I was in a bad mood, I was still saying, hi, how are you to every customer. But I wasn't going above and beyond, let's say. Because I'd had that day.
We all have our days. Everybody has those days.
All I'm saying is, I feel for the people in the customer service industry, because I've been there. What do you got on for the rest of the day?
Can't say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Working on a top secret project.
Really?
Here in the studio.
No.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
My Monday trips to Sydney
Mm.
have now just gotten a little bit longer.
Right.
I'm still here just for Monday, but I stay back after you.
Fitzy, Whipper and Brittney. Coming soon to Nova. Okay.
I wish.
Well, where's my radio show? Sorry.
Maybe we're working on one.
Maybe we're buying the radio station.
Yeah. I'm doing deals.
Yeah. One night of playing lawnmower on the Switch, and suddenly she's like, let me buy another company, and it's Nova. Would that be a conflict of interest? We could up our pay. That'd be nice. Cut a few of the other shows and allocate it all to us. Stunning. Let's get to it. Anyway, Dales, thanks for listening to our Friday episode of Close Friends. We'll see you on Tuesday with a brand new main show. Anything else you want to say today, Brittney?
Place an order on fatethelabel.com.
Oh, you're going to give out another secret discount code?
Nah, it's been too soon. When we just finished our warehouse sale, because we're moving warehouse literally next week.
Okay, I need to come up with you.
You
and
do.
We need to...
I think it's next Tuesday, but I'll keep in touch with you and let you know, Matt, so you can be a part of it.
Whenever it is.
It doesn't even have to be helping us move, because we've hired like a full commercial moving company. You know, there's removalist companies that specialise in warehouse moves. And they just come in, a whole team of men, and they fucking get it done. So maybe you can just come to the new warehouse when we're like setting it up or something and help
Yeah.
us set it up.
Whatever.
That'll be fun.
Just order you around, drink a pink fee,
Yep.
call it a day.
You should be me for the day.
I love seeing Timberlina in your videos. I think that is so rogue and random. But
Yeah.
like,
Next, Timberlina is going to be in HR.
yeah. Oh, nice.
He's going to have a hard word with someone.
Oh, nice. Me.
Yeah.
All right, let's make it happen. Anyway, we'll see you on Tuesday, Giles. And don't forget,
What happens at primary school stays in primary school.
set cooties.